Hi guys, Patrick Sherratt here. Let me ask you, what makes you happy? Is it buying something new, being out in nature, or helping other people? I'm sure you found lots of ways to make yourself happy, but over the years, I've discovered some secrets to happiness that I'd like to share with you. So sit back, relax, let's talk about happiness. I think of happiness as a sense of well-being defined by positive emotions ranging from contentment to joy. For many people, the idea of being happy comes from the success that we have in life, that if we can achieve this or that and get our life the way we want it, we'll be happy. But recent research into positive psychology suggests that your happiness can be improved for no reason other than your desire to feel happier regardless of what's going on in your life. In other words, happiness comes from developing your perception of what's going on around you. When your thoughts are focused on your daily experiences, your brain releases all kinds of neural chemistry that cause your emotions. Your thoughts, your emotions, your physical body, they all work together. So if you're continually living your life in reaction to everything that's happening around you, your emotions will be like a roller coaster. Lots of highs and lows, and no way to really control them. Basically, there are two types of emotions, and why we give them all kinds of names, they really fall into two simple categories: those that feel good and those that feel bad. By taking control of your thoughts and your physical body and consistently moving yourself towards more helpful, positive emotions, you can increase your levels of happiness. It's interesting that happiness research into people who had won the lottery found that after the initial joy of winning had passed, lottery winners tended to return to a natural set point of mood that they had prior to the win. Now, this set point is a gauge for how happy you feel on a regular basis, and what psychologists believe is that this happiness has a genetic aspect that keeps it stable over time. In other words, you have a natural level of happiness given to you by your parents' genetic makeup. But does this mean that if you're by nature an unhappy person, you cannot change this fact? And the answer is no. Research suggests that you can deliberately raise your happiness set point by your lifestyle, by the way you think, and the things that you do. So, what makes you happy? Pause this video and have a look at your happiness questionnaire. In the days of the famous philosopher Aristotle, the Greeks developed a model for happiness that has 4 levels. Now, this was later developed by the Christian faith. For ease of understanding, I'll call each level of happiness H1, H2, H3, and H4. So here's how it works. Happiness level 1, H1, refers to happiness derived from attainment. When you get stuff, a new phone for instance, or something delicious to eat, you feel happy from receiving these things. Happiness level 2, H2, refers to achievement. It's being competitive against other people and comes from that feeling you get from being acknowledged for your successes. H3 comes from giving. In some ways, it's the opposite of the H2 competitive focus, because in H3, you're looking out to help other people. Whether it's giving of your time, your knowledge, or helping a friend or an animal, you get a feeling of happiness from giving. Finally, H4 is higher service. It's a sense of happiness that comes when you're reaching for a stronger sense of purpose beyond your own needs and striving for a greater truth. This happiness can be found in a spiritual quest to help humanity, such as the work of Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi, or Nelson Mandela. One of the happiness secrets I learned came to me in my mid-20s when I was living in England. I was feeling unhappy and powerless to change the situation. It came to me on a dark, wet evening when I was driving along the motorway, and I noticed that there was a woman standing on the side of the road and she was crying. Her car had broken down and no one wanted to stop. Well, I stopped and I helped her, and in that moment of helping a complete stranger, I felt a sense of happiness. I realized that I could actually take control of how happy I felt. Now, here's an important point. With H1 and H2, you can't always control how much stuff people will give you or how much people will acknowledge you for your achievements. These forms of happiness are outside of you and sometimes beyond your point of influence. But H3, giving, and H4, service, is something you can control. And that means you can deliberately improve your level of happiness and in time, your overall happiness set point. So if you want to make yourself more happy, find a purpose, something that gets you out there and helping people, not just for their sake, but for yours. Here are some suggestions for ways to deliberately feel more happiness. They're organized into two categories, the mental emotional approach and the physical behavioral approach. And this is because we know that our thoughts, our emotions, our physical body, and our behavior all work together and contribute to how happy we feel. The first step is to manage your emotions so that you're not riding an emotional roller coaster. Keep a check on the predominant nature of your thoughts. Thoughts are an electrical and a chemical process. They're magnetic, which means that they attract other thoughts of similar nature. Over time, your predominant thoughts, your self-talk, form patterns or habits that can make you feel either optimistic or pessimistic towards things going on in your life. Taking control of these inner conversations and turning them towards more positive, optimistic self-talk, despite what's going on in your life, is a key skill to learn if you want to create a happy life. The moment you stop reacting is the moment you start creating. Start by making a list, acknowledging all the good things in your life that make you feel happy. Then contemplate your list with an attitude of gratitude. Deliberately create the emotion of gratitude by stating to yourself with powerful emotion, "I'm so happy and grateful for," and go on and give yourself each item on the list. Give your list some category headings such as family, friends, school, sports or interests, and fill in the details under each heading. The power of acknowledgement and gratitude is an incredibly powerful way to change how you see an unhappy situation. A great analogy is to imagine that your thoughts are like a kayak on a river that's flowing towards an ocean of happiness. If you want to get to the ocean, your thoughts need to be flowing downstream. Downstream thoughts are positive, optimistic, encouraging, adaptable, and so on. Upstream thoughts, on the other hand, are resistant to change, pessimistic, unhelpful, and negative. They take a lot of energy and they keep you from turning back towards that ocean of happiness. This analogy helps you learn to reframe any situation to see a more positive side. It also helps you learn to take more control of your self-talk by bringing your point of power back to the present moment and choosing a better feeling thought. If you can consistently think like this on a regular basis, you'll develop a habit of thinking that will lead to a happier, more optimistic perception of life. Taking action to deliberately create feelings of happiness in your life go hand in hand with how you think and feel. Because your thoughts, emotions, and physical body work together, changing one aspect will affect the other. The quickest way to improve your emotions is to improve your diet and regularly move your body through physical exercise. Your body reflects your thoughts, so if you're reacting to unfortunate circumstances and experiencing a lot of upstream resistant thoughts and emotions, your body will hold that resistance as tension. Try doing some fun activities that make you laugh. Laughter has been shown to cause the brain to release feel-good chemistry and helps your body to relax and release stress. Laughter also tends to happen in social situations much more often than when you're alone. Being part of a special interest group or a sports team is a great way to relieve tension and generate emotions of happiness. The sense of belonging you get from close relationships or sporting teams helps create happy emotions because everyone's optimistic and supporting the others to do well. That's H3. If you're not the group or sporty type, don't worry. Having a sense of purpose and taking action towards your ambitions also brings happiness. Make a list of all the activities that you love to do. If you're into religion or spirituality, music or drama, cultural or academic pursuits, think about how you can be better, smarter or more talented. Don't procrastinate, practice. Clarify your purpose and mix a little excitement into your ambitions. As you take action, you'll build your competence, and this will improve your motivation through any short-term challenges and keep you on track for happiness in the long term. Keep in mind that no matter what's happening in your life or how unhappy you might be feeling sometimes, there are usually ways to improve how you feel. Happiness is a choice. Sometimes things happen that are outside of your control, and while you can't change the problem, you might be able to change how you react to it. In the next topic, I want to give you some strategies on how to cope with life challenges. These are learned skills and useful ones at that. I'll see you soon.